In his 18 years of public service, Robert Wexler has become a well-known face on Capitol Hill. The Florida Democratic congressman has been at the center of some of the most heated political debates, and he's here now to give us his inside look at Washington politics, explain why he's supporting Barack Obama, among other things. Joining us now, the author, I love the title, Fire-Breathing Liberal, How I Learned to Survive and Thrive in the Contact Sport of Congress, Congressman Robert Wexler. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
You were on our show a lot during the days of impeachment.
Yes, it was the first show I've ever done.
Is that right?
Yes.
And right at 10:01, it'll be the last until the next time. But look, why fire-breathing liberal? Why did you decide? Because this is a bold title.
Because I am convinced that liberals need to take this country back. We need to be proud to be liberal.
Hey, calm down. Take some Valium. Hold on.
We need to be proud to be liberal because we are the party that created Social Security. We created Medicare. We created prosperity in the 1990s. Yeah. And you know what the conservatives have given us? The Iraq War. They've given us budget deficits. And they've given us Dick Cheney.
By the way, I love the fact that we'll talk about that in a second, that you don't shy away from the L word. And I am proud to always say I'm a liberal. So many people have been cowed by the right who've made liberal a dirty word. They use words like progressive. Nothing wrong with that word, too. But it's great that you don't say, no, liberal, I'm not progressive. No, liberal. There's nothing wrong. That's our country was founded on those great precepts.
Yes, I'm proud to be liberal. And John Kennedy in 1960, when he was in the Senate,
in the book. Yes.
That's right, my first quote, John Kennedy essentially says, what is it to be liberal? It means to care about people's jobs, to care about their health care, to care about their housing, to care about their civil liberties, and to care about a foreign policy that makes America strong.
You talk in this book, there's so much to cover here in a short time, and some of the games they played, like putting up David Petraeus instead of an administration representative to defend this war. You can't attack a man in full-dress uniform with all the medals who's a general without being called unpatriotic and someone who hates the military. So that was a little game they played, wasn't it?
No doubt. And General Petraeus is a military hero. He's a great patriot. But what I thought we needed to do, and what I tried to do when he came before the Foreign Affairs Committee and the Armed Services Committee, question him on the facts relating to the surge. But you raise a good point. Why didn't the President come up to Capitol Hill and defend his policy, or the Vice President, or the Secretary of Defense? Because they have no credibility, and that's in part what has led me to believe that we need to begin impeachment hearings.
You want to impeach Dick Cheney?
We need to start impeachment hearings because of the pattern of abuse of this administration. Not just one isolated event, but they manipulated the intelligence that took us to war in Iraq. They may have ordered the illegal use of torture. They may have fired U.S. attorneys for political reasons.
Why Cheney first and not Bush first?
Well, because we don't want to wind up with Dick Cheney as president. But Dennis Kucinich has filed articles of impeachment with respect to President Bush, and I was the first member of the House of Representatives to sign on.
Congressman, but first of all, I give you some credit. I mean, in all honesty here, fire-breathing liberal, most Democrats won't admit they're liberal. They try and hide their liberalism. Does that bother you as a liberal? That your fellow colleagues don't have the courage to say what you're saying, that you're a liberal, a proud liberal.
You make a good point, Sean.
I do.
Part of what I say in the book is that Democrats need to start standing up for our principles.
You want to raise taxes?
No, I don't want to.
You want to raise taxes?
The only taxes I want to raise would be on people that
the rich
that make probably more than $250,000 who have enjoyed the benefit of George Bush's.
The top 10% of wage earners in America pay 70% of the bill. The bottom 50% pay 3.5%. How much of the 10% should they pay? If they pay 70%, what percentage would you want them to pay?
First of all, your numbers are not including in the employee taxes with respect to Social Security.
Wait a minute, but these are, I'm talking about income taxes, and by the way, those are IRS numbers that I'm taking them from.
Sure.
But 10% pay 70% of the bill. What percent should they pay?
We have to make the equitable distribution more beneficial for working class Americans. For people that work, that make $45,000, $55,000, $65,000 a year. Those are the people that need help when our gas prices go above $4
Should we eliminate the gas tax? John McCain supports it. Barack Obama doesn't. 18.4 cents a gallon. The average American pays 40 to 60 cents a gallon when you add state, federal, local tax. Should we eliminate the gas tax?
It's a gimmick.
It's a gimmick. Tell that to a poor person.
No, what we need to do to help the guy that is having difficulty paying his gas bills is to invest in alternative fuels. We need to break our addiction.
I got a hybrid.
Good for you.
I got in my driveway a Chevy Tahoe hybrid for my friends at GM.
You're a smart man.
You got it for free?
No.
We need to break our addiction of foreign oil. We need to stop sending all our money to
Let me ask
Saudi
you this.
Arabia and Russia.
You talk at length that the worst vote you ever had was your vote for the authorization and the use of force in Iraq vote.
Yes.
I want to ask you this, if you can be intellectually honest. Dick Durbin compared our troops to Nazis. John Kerry said that our troops are terrorizing women and children in the dark of night in Iraq. And John Murtha, who you quote in your book, said about the Haditha Marines, 7 of the 8 have been exonerated. He said they killed these guys in cold blood because they couldn't take the pressure. Not one of them has apologized. Will you, as a liberal, demand that those 3 prominent friends of yours apologize?
Well, first of all, Dick Durbin didn't equate American troops to Nazis. But let's get this on the record.
How about Murtha?
As a proud liberal, our military has performed
You're not answering my question.
Marvelously. Our soldiers are great patriots. They ought to be respected, and they are.
I'm running out of time. And John Murtha said that the Haditha Marines killed innocent civilians in cold blood because they couldn't take the pressure. 7 of the 8 have been exonerated. Does he owe those 7 an apology?
John Murtha spoke for himself. He is a decorated Marine. He has served our nation better than you and I could ever dream to do.
Does he owe them an apology?
If he's wrong, yes. If he's not,
7 have been exonerated.
That's up to Mr. Murtha.
Good to see you. Thank you very much. Coming up next.